Welcome to sParksAdventure, where we go beyond the beauty to look at the science and history behind some of the world's most iconic national parks. Today we're at Glacier National Park in northern Montana, the crown of the continent. The U.S. National Park System consists of 419 parks, each one with an incredible story. Let's take a look beyond the beauty. Let's take a look at Glacier National Park. This is Big Sky Country, a perfect place to explore night sky, learn about light pollution, and the Dark Skies program. The world is faced with a staggering amount of waste and pollution. Efforts are made to clean up our air, our oceans, and rivers, but what about our night sky? Light pollution impacts humans and animals in ways we seldom think about. But good news, there's an easy fix. To learn more about how light pollution impacts the human experience, we visited Dr. Mark Reiser of the Physics and Astronomy Department at the University of Montana. He was kind enough to help us tell our SParksAdventure story. So, could you tell us what light pollution is?
Anytime we're using energy, whether it be to cook our dinner or to mow our lawns or whatever, we're using some kind of energy, and that energy, if we're using more than we need, it becomes a source of pollution, right? It's a waste. And just like that, there's an excessive amount of light that we use at night that we just don't need. So for example, if you look at some of the lights that are on the street, much of their light is going down, but a significant chunk of that light is going up into the sky or is scattering to the side and is doing nothing of any use for us. In fact, it actually makes our lighting less safe at night, because if you are, say, wanting to really use light in the evening, you only need light that goes down, and light that's kind of like coming at your eyes and at your face, it bounces off other surfaces. It actually makes things less perceptible, less easy to see things at night. So it's not only counterproductive from an energy and pollution standpoint, but it's also just less pragmatic to have all that wasted light.
Excessive light during dark hours impacts humans psychologically and physiologically, but it also disconnects us from the cultural and scientific history that is such an important part of our collective experience. So why is preserving our view of the night sky important?
Culturally, this is a connection to not just our past, but our present. This is where we come from. Humans across history have used stars to navigate, to help tell them what time of year it is, to connect with their environment, to know when to plant crops, and also just to connect their own selves and their cultures to the sky and the natural world. It's just a part of who we are.
Step outside at night in any big city, and you'll notice there are very few visible stars. Light pollution impacts our vision in such a way that the night sky becomes washed out, lost in the lights of the city. For so many of us, the connection to the stars and our night sky has been lost. With light pollution as it is now, what would you say the percent of the amount of stars you see on a clear night?
6,000 stars, roughly, or maybe up to 6,000 to 10,000, I guess, is probably a good estimate for how many stars you can see on a clear, dark evening when your eyes are fully adapted. So you're out far away from all the cities. Let's just say 10,000. And let's say from a bright city you can see 10. Yeah, you're missing over 99% of the stars at that point.
The impact of light pollution goes beyond just looking at the stars. Artificial light impacts how animals hunt, seek shelter, and survive during the dark hours of the night. Glacier National Park is a certified dark sky park. This means fixtures and the design of lighting systems direct light to where we need it, reducing light pollution in the park. There's a reason this is important. Many nocturnal species live in the park. Light pollution impacts animals in several important ways. It draws some animals towards artificial light, places that can be dangerous, taking them out of the cover of the night. Light pollution can also repel animals from where they should be, keeping them away from vital food sources. Now that we know how light pollution impacts animals, Let's step out with the night stalkers. Owls are great hunters. They fly silently through the night, hunting small rodents, even bats. Moving in the dark of night is critical to their success. There are 9 species of bats here at Glacier. They also hunt at night and rely on dark skies to feed on insects. They can eat up to 1/3 of their body weight in insects. Mountain lions are serious predators. They hunt at night, stalking their prey or hiding in wait. They will pounce on the animal, bringing it down with a lethal bite. They typically hunt deer, but can take smaller game if they're really hungry. Keeping our planet in balance is not easy. Rising populations lead to increased consumption and unfathomable amounts of waste, all stressing our environment. Light pollution impacts both humans and animals in negative ways. Reducing light pollution is not very difficult, and we can do something about it by simply being more conscious of the types of light we use and how we use them. We can all take small steps to help by installing light fixtures that direct light downwards. Many of these lights carry the International Dark Sky Association seal of approval. We can also work to conserve energy by simply turning off lights when they are not needed. And finally, a question we ask all our contributors. What would an expert like you want a kid like me to know about light pollution?
I would say that it's an important issue. It's a real problem. It has consequences for us. Like I said, both pollution, energy, our humanity, our culture, our anthropology. These are real consequences. And second, I would say it's something we can do something about. It's not this super hard problem to solve that we should be dragging our feet on. It's something that we can get benefits from right away if we just take action.
So now we know. Light pollution affects our lives in many ways. So let's do what we can to reduce it. Pretty amazing stuff. Glacier National Park shines at night. Go to sparksadventure.com and follow along with us as we explore the most spectacular sights on Earth.
Supernova anytime you like. The present has me choking in its grasp. I've been first staring 600 years into the